action items on the superintendent's contract till after we do the evaluation, which I think is appropriate.
So we're moving it down.
And if that's okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda as amended. Have a motion, motion and a second, Mr. Sermons. Any further discussion? Call for the question. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
All right. Approval of the minutes. A are we have the minutes for the November 11th meeting. Give you a moment to review those, and when you are ready, Chair would entertain a motion to approve.
Mr. Chairman, on the minutes on the last page, next to the last paragraph, regarding the grievance complaint that we heard,
Yes.
the motion did pass. It says I abstained, but I voted no.
Yes, you did. That is correct.
Thank you. If you would correct that, I would appreciate it.
Are there any other addition or corrections to the minutes? With that change, Chair would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Have a motion to approve.
Second.
Have a second. Any further discussion? Not, we'll call for the question. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, Mr. Humphrey?
Okay. Excuse me. Coach Johnson had just sent out the football schedule for next year, so I slid a copy in there this afternoon. That was not in your packet, so you can just see our new alignments and who we're going to be playing next year. We actually get to play next twice. Yes. But that'll be a good crowd. Should be a good crowd.
Do you know which one homecoming is yet?
No, I asked Mr. Culpepper, did you find out?
No, we hadn't had a meeting yet. I was gonna meet with my lead teachers too, to make sure we don't step on something else and try to avoid some of those community conflicts sometimes we have, so. We haven't set anything yet.
Next is just the new alignments for the state GSA. We're on the last page. Shows all the single A schools. One school is not single A listed is Atkinson. They actually asked for a waiver, and it was granted, so they're going to play, and that will be a region opponent. They will be allowed to play a single A.
Yeah, on that schedule, are all those regions?
No. No.
What about the private academies?
Which,
We gonna play all that?
Hmm?
What, I mean, if you get playoffs, we're going to play some of these academies?
That's where it splits.
Okay.
yeah, it's split.
That's why when you go state, football, there's only 8 for private and 8 for public instead of 16.
And that's just for single A because of all the protests.
The academies.
Randolph Clay is in our region now, and Bacon, I don't believe is a single A school.
Yeah, I think they went up. I think that may be the only.
They moved Randolph Clay to our region?
Yes,
Long drive.
yeah. So is Bacon County, but we're playing in here this year.
Bacon's still double A, aren't they?
Yeah, I was looking there. They're in double A. They're sitting at 533 in their count. So the highest division, Irwin's the biggest school. They just barely stayed in single A at 433. I think everybody else is single A. And it's going to count.
That's the one. Not sure.
Now, Berrien County, that's a screen.
That's a 2. Is Wheeler County?
Wheeler's a single A.
But are they in Iowa?
I don't know. I don't know. They're on the, I think they're on the back page. I have trouble finding them. But they're, I think they're very small.
All right.
And after that, we've got this GBPI report. The last report they had, I gave you a copy of that. They go and look at policy and how it affects schools, and this is a very detailed account of what they have come up with. And on the first page, this is some of their key finding, is that 71% of districts that responded to this survey, I think there were 140 out of 108 schools that did, they have cut the number of calendar days from 180 to something else, and we've not had any cuts here, so that's a good sign for us. They also say 80% of districts will furlough teachers this year, and we've not had to furlough any teachers. And it's also mentioned that 40% have had to raise local taxes, and we've backed ours down from 17.16 to 16.96. So overall, you know, we would look pretty good in this report. And at superintendent's meetings I go to, I usually just remain quiet because we don't really have anything we can complain about. We can complain about the austerity cuts and all that, but hopefully we'll do that at the appropriate time, and we'll go to Atlanta during one of the sessions. Our representative, Jason Shaw, is going to host us coming up there, and we'll be able to talk with some key people about the concerns we have. And the last thing I have there is Georgia Family Friendly Partnership School. There was, as one of the award finalists, we have Lanier Elementary School. I asked Ms. Pike to tell you what that's all about.
I'm very pleased and excited to announce that Lanier County Elementary School has been chosen for a finalist in the Georgia Family Friendly Partnership School Awards. And what this means is that we will be judged by a surprise visit from the state, and they will come and they'll basically just assess us on how we communicate with our families and our community. So communication is really at the heart of this award. But we feel that we keep in constant contact with our parents through our school newsletter, our website, the weekly communication folder, the newspaper articles that we do, the phone messaging, and the Title I parent meetings. And this has been just a personal goal of mine this year, is just to build those strong family ties between the home and the school. So that's why I'm just very excited about this award. But as you know, that when parents are involved in their child's education, then everybody wins. If you look at page 11 on the pamphlet that I gave you, there's just a brief summary of what we do at our school and how we meet the standards that they asked for. And those standards were welcoming all families, communicating effectively, supporting student success, speaking up for every child, sharing power, and collaborating with the community. And while we feel that we do an excellent job on communicating, this whole process just really helped us to know how we can do better and what we can improve upon. But I just wanted to thank our faculty and staff. They're the ones that just keep that positive communication open with our parents and make it happen. I especially wanted to thank Tara Terrell. She's just our incredible parent involvement coordinator for our school system. She just recently had Family Fiesta, and there were 120 people there. They ran out of Coca-Colas. What a wonderful problem to have, is they ran out of drinks. So I also wanted to thank Mr. Humphrey. I say parent involvement, can I? And he says yes, so thank you. And our board office and our staff here at the board office, just thank you for all of your support and everything that you do for us. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Now, when will you hear from them?
Well, we'll know something in April. But it'll be a surprise visit between January and April, so we don't know when they're coming. But so I'll give you an update then.
Good luck.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
All right. Under our action items, we got the policy manual, we approved last month.
Let me
Just
pass
sit on the
around,
table.
so then would you, bring those down? The only thing that I wanted to change on there, and it's okay to change this without having to let it lay on the table for 30 days, according to Marlene, is policy GARH. And basically all that does, we had different accrual amounts for different folks. Bus drivers could accrue so much leave, secretaries and other classified people so much leave. And, some of our key people can only carry over 18 days. And so I'm asking that all employees be able to save their sick days, to use them, if something catastrophic did happen. And hopefully this will be a boost to them and not have that worry about, well, what happens if I get sick? Will I have some days? When you're only allowed to carry over 18, you're really penalizing people that are at work every day. So that is the only change I propose out of all of these. We went back, I forget the name of that one now, one that it was actually in here, but we didn't put it on the list.
What policy was this?
This one that is GARH. GAG was the policy
Staff public
that,
measure.
right, and that is online, ready to, actually, I looked at several of them, that being one of the today, to see if there's been any public comment. I haven't found a public comment on anything just as of today.
All right.
So with that one change, I think we're ready to go.
Okay. Is everyone okay with that change on the accrual on the sick leave, so that they're all the same?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then if we're ready, Chair would entertain a motion to approve the policies.
So moved.
We have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion?
No.
No. Call for the question.
May I ask a question?
Yes, you may.
Now, by doing this opens us up for the sick leave bank, but it does not actually start the sick leave bank, is that right?
Right, now, tonight, we'll be approving the sick leave bank along with the regulations that come with it in the first of the year. Probably the best time to set it up will be, we're putting open enrollment for when we come back to school next year. Each school has got to elect, after this is approved, they'll have to elect from the certified teachers. They elect one person from each of the 4 schools to serve on that committee. And we'll get them elected, and I have 4 others that I select, but I want them to be those that are going to participate in it, and those who wouldn't mind doing that. And we'll still have that running, but and it'll still be there, but by allowing them to accrue sick leave when before, Mr. Bennett could only accrue 18 days and carry over. As transportation director, but a bus driver could carry over 45. So it made sense to make everybody equal, and because he hardly ever misses a day, I mean, like never. So, but he's being penalized, so this way those days can be there that are paid, and then we still have the sick bank. If someone really had a catastrophic, that'll be on the end of this.
Let me ask this, let's just say that Charlie, I'll just use you as an example, Charlie. But Charlie has 60 days. And it says according to what we're gonna adopt here, it's a maximum of 60 days. As he accrues additional days, can you give it to sick bank?
No, he can, the sick bank's set up where people will, and this is something the committee's gonna have to decide, they'll probably only take, for everyone that wants to participate, take 1 day. Now, they can come back as that group and say, we need another day, but it's really gonna depend on how many. If we have a lot of people participate, it'll probably 1 day. If we don't have as many, probably 2 to start with. But you can't give multiple days, and one person can't give.
Like 10.
Yeah, the only person that can do that is if 2 spouses work for the same system, one can give 10 to the other spouse. That's the only caveat that's allowed.
Don't those rules have to be set up by the sick bank committee?
Well, it's really, if we adopt this, we've adopted the regulations with it. And that will be part of the regulations. And it's still, they'll have to miss, 5 days without pay. So it's a catastrophic illness, particularly if they have 60 days paid leave. And 5 days without pay, and then they can apply to the sick bank, and they can award them, up to 20 at a time. No more than 40 in 1 year.
Okay, any more questions? We have a motion and a second. Call for the question. All those in favor, aye. Opposed? All right. And next we have our meeting dates.
That should do it for next year.
Chair to entertain a motion to approve the recommended dates.
Just one question, Mr. Chairman. November 10th is not going to be Veterans Day, is it?
I don't think we asked to check that. I don't think so.
I just wondered, November 11th, it's always the second Monday, but I just, we ought to consider it.
School doesn't plan to start school.
School doesn't close?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fine.
Make a motion that we accept them.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Call for the question. All those in favor, aye. All right. And we've moved the superintendent's contract down, so Charlie, financials.
We were able to get this financial put together today. Everything continues to perform as expected at 48% of the year completed. Our revenue, of course, is lagging behind a little bit. I did talk to the tax assessor's office today, and it was late in the afternoon because I called them this morning, and it took them to the afternoon to get back with us because they were so busy. And I said, I don't mind that at all. As long as y'all are busy, that means they're getting us some money coming in. So we're expecting that probably in December or January, and that's good news. And everything else is rocking right along.
So our splash tax is not where it needs to be yet?
It's still, our SPLOST, Mr. Humphrey actually asked me about this. We've still continued to average about 45 to 46,000 a month, which is, is not as much as we would like, but it's, it's better than last year because we had dipped down some. But, we just talked about that as a matter of fact. So it's, going to be enough to pay our debt service with the money that we've set aside in April, and then it'll also be accrued up to pay the first payment of next year, and so it's coming in.
How much is that?
The debt service, I believe, this one coming up in April will either be $989,000 or $1,000,001. It's about time for it to jump.
Right.
So.
That's what I was.
I'm not sure. I think we got one more year of the 989, and then the next one jumps to
We took it easy on ourselves the first 4 or 5 years,
Yeah.
and then it jumped a little bit. And we did that purposely to help that money accrue.
Right. And give the economy time to rebound a little bit, which it has, but, yeah, we'll be okay for April, and maybe it'll
Do April
rebound.
first, if that
Yeah.
does anything.
Yeah.
Is that a banking thing, or, I don't know, bond thing, is April the first, I thought that's, I can always remember when it's due.
Yeah.
Charlie, there's a couple on the expenditures as far as we're in the 60%.
Right, those, I noticed that too, in that improvement of instruction. Now, the one down on the central support services, that's cause we have some, expenditures at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And the other support, those are paid up front, RISA dues and stuff. I need to look into that improvement of instruction. I may have somebody, budgeted in instruction and actually the expense coming out of the 2210. Can I look at that and get back with you? Cause, it may be an expenditure that's just in the wrong category. But if not, I'll let you know. Like I've said,
So you notice I didn't say much about
Right.
on the income side.
Right.
Over what
Yeah.
it's supposed to be.
right, yeah, yeah. We like those. We don't like those other ones. And, but I noticed that too, and I'm gonna look into that.
Okay.
What's the 300,000 on transfer to other funds?
That is money that we actually transfer. This financial report that I give y'all every month is the general fund.
Sure.
We actually pay the debt service out of the debt service fund, which is on your cash sheet is Fund 200, and right now we had 325,000 left over in there. So that plus the money that's in SPOS plus this transfer from the general fund will go off to debt service. Our SPOS just does not yield enough money to pay the debt service on the school, so the general fund has to transfer money each year into to help make up that loan and to provide that cushion that money is gonna be there.
So there'll be about 5 something that
That
we'll earn,
will spools.
and then
Right.
Reed's already there,
Right.
and then there's
Yeah.
a transfer.
Right, right. We spool up, then we have the money that's in there from the previous, payment, and then we'll transfer money over there to, make up the difference.
Okay. Any more questions for Mr. Bennett? Let's come up with some partners.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.